Good evening, League. Commissioner here with a special mid-season video. Also with us, Co-Commish.
What's up?
What's up, Guido? Good to be here. Now, so we were planning to do this video actually because at the time we planned it, Dirty Water 9 had not posted his video, and I know y'all were hankering for something, but since then, I can't really say that, and we realized we're right after his, and now it's going to be too much video all in a row for you. But oh well, there's stuff that has to be said, and hey, we love this stuff. It's fantasy. Thanks, Dirty Water 9 for that video. Thanks also to Ingram and the Outlaw for your videos earlier this season. Fantastic. I love seeing the new faces on here. So hope to see more of those. Now, Outlaw, you're looking real good. If you make the playoffs, as you should, you've got a 3 out of 4 chance of getting some money. So I suggest you buy yourself a light fixture. Perhaps would be a worthwhile investment with some of that hard-earned money. So, but thanks for the video.
Also, he won highest score 2 weeks in a row, and he didn't do a video the second week. So if that happens, just pass it off to someone else. I'd like to hear from the 0-7 team at some point on one of these videos.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the next 2-time winner can pass it off to Rod and get some of that perspective from the 0-7 team.
Yeah, that I kind of like that idea. So let's do that. So we'll do the same thing if I win, and or if let's see who's done a video. Whoever's already done a video, if you get highest points again, just start from the lowest ranking to the highest, and we'll get some of those perspectives if they haven't done a video before. All right. So again, Dirty Water, thanks for the questions. So we're going to talk about some of those a little later. Try to give you some answers, but one of the big ones. Well, you pointed out that you lost your first round draft pick, Jamal Charles, and just wanted to point out yet again. Happened to me last year in week 2 when I lost my first round pick in Adrian Peterson. So, as you know, you're still in it. So, and a reminder, quick update on the status of Mike Evans versus Vincent Jackson. Evans currently has 104.5 and VJax is at 106.75. Vincent Jackson, I believe, suffered an injury last game, so he's going to be out for a few. But that actually, Evans was out for a few games too. So I'm feeling good about that. It's a long season. So anyway, that's an update there. So,
Hey, one other thing I wanted to correct some of the stats that Knox was talking about. The first year I went 0-5, and then I won 8 of the next 9 to finish 8-6. And I don't think we've ever had a 7-7 team make the playoffs. So.
I think 9 is the number you need to get to, which unfortunately,
but eight is possible. So.
Okay, so at least 8 we think is the magic minimum number to even have a chance, and then you still could easily get bumped on. Last year it was 9. I know that last year only 9 win teams made it, but it was a little closer there. So Guido, every year you do this. I don't know why you do this because it's so easy to poke fun at you later, but you do your post-draft analysis, and why don't you take us through how'd you do this year?
Yeah, well, we all know about my team rankings, where I ranked the Outlaw number 10 as the worst team, so that didn't exactly pan out. But,
nice.
You can go back and look at that if you want. So I figured how good were my calls. I figure that may only be interesting to me. Like, I don't know if you guys care very much. So I sort of shortened it down. I was just going to do, actually, I was going to do a whole write-up, and then, I don't know, I got halfway through, and I decided you guys probably don't give a shit. But while I got the stage here, I was going to do two good picks I did in my post-draft analysis, and 2 bad picks. I had a lot of both. So with the good picks in round 1, I said, I hate CJ Anderson, but we'll see if he's any good. I don't think that Bloodthirsty got his handcuff, which may be a problem. So we have now seen that CJ is not very good.
And who was his handcuff at the time? It wasn't even obviously Hillman, was it? Because I got Hillman, who's
I
now.
think we were getting to the point where it was.
Oh, that's right, because it was starting to become apparent by end of preseason.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
for my second good call, I'm gonna do my round 9 analysis. Was hate Fleener here, but I had to keep my mouth shut because Ingram was already pissed at me throughout the draft. So
for poo-pooing all his picks, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah. I think Colston might be washed up. I was correct about that. And I said I like John Brown, Tom Brady, and Darren McFadden. So 2 out of 3 there on the likes. We'll see what Darren McFadden does going forward. But yeah, that Tom Brady was a hell of a pick, round 9.
Yeah, no shit.
John Brown's been doing pretty well too. So it wasn't all roses. I did miss a few or more than a few calls. First one, round 5. Love Andre Johnson. Yeah,
that
no.
worked out.
Yeah, it's just another piece of the puzzle to why Rod is 0-7. A bunch of injuries, and then guys didn't get hurt, but he had Andre Johnson round 5, so ouch. And then round 4 receivers, I liked Brandon Cooks and Jordan Matthews, and I said Alshon at 33 is one of the better picks so far. You could say I got screwed by Alshon being injured, but we knew he was injured going into the season, so that's no excuse. But yeah, those guys kind of are pretty disappointing. So there you go. 2 good picks, 2 bad picks.
Very good. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why you do it. You think you're so confident with your write-ups too, and yeah, I guess you win some and lose some. So I wanted to remind everyone about the Steamy playoffs. So, we've talked about it, but just to clarify the way this works, if the season ended today, the current bottom 4 teams, which are starting with rank 7, so that's Rings Around Guido's Uranus, that is number 8 EPT All-Stars, Motor City Heroes, and LA Riot would essentially have their own playoff bracket, just like we have in the top 4. I don't know if Flea Flicker will let us do it, so we may need to do it manually, but basically those teams will go into a bracket. We'll be very clear on the message boards if it's not supported, and whoever goes 0-2, so it's kind of a reverse bracket. It's a loser playoff, so the loser of 2 in a row there will be the proud owner of the Steamy for next year. And the good news about that is we're going to do the draft order for next year based on reverse rank. So just like in the NFL, if you get the Steamy next year, you get the first pick in the draft. And we'll do it at the playoff results. So it will go Steamy back through that playoff, 5 and 6 from the season, and then 4 through 1 from the actual playoffs. So the league champion's going to have the 10th pick next year, and that leads into basically some of the questions that Dirty Water brought up, and I just want other folks might have brought this up as well. Can I keep a player I didn't draft? So yes, you can keep a player that you didn't draft if you traded for that player, meaning and then someone else drafted him. That's his draft position. So that's the round you have to give up. Does that make sense?
The round above that round.
Round above that. The point is, so if I drafted, let's see, I can't even remember who I drafted when, but
John Brown in the 9th.
Okay, there you go. John Brown in the 9th. Great pick, by the way. Good keeper. Good solid keeper potential there. So I'd have to give up an 8th round pick. But if I trade him to you and then you want to keep him, it's the same thing. You got to give up that 8th round. That's his value, basically. Did Devontae Freeman go undrafted?
I don't know.
And he was definitely late. So if he continues,
but we do have a screenshot of the draft, so we'll know.
Oh, we'll know when everyone was drafted.
But yeah, so if it's a waiver pick, if the guy wasn't drafted, then he's a last round. You give up a last round pick next year.
I think is a 16th rounder, so that's going to be your huge value. of course, we'll see once we take all the draft. What we also we're gonna have to have a keeper date, and I think that that's going to be the date that you have to announce your keepers essentially, and that's going to be pretty key because we have to do it anonymously. Everyone has to sort of put their keepers into a black box, and then we announce them all together. Does that make sense, Guido?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, just as a heads up, go ahead.
What do you think that's going to be like? Middle of the summer when we get closer to the season?
Close to next season. I think maybe even pretty close to the draft. I would say we should probably do it 1 week before draft. I think that's when our keeper deadline. And we try to do our draft after the last last preseason game usually, right? So we like to get all the info out. So anyway, sometime about a week before that. All right. Well, we are running long, so one more final bit of housekeeping. Ken, I traded away a draft pick, and I guess the system will let you do it. So to Dirty Water's point, for you bottom teams, start acquiring draft picks for next year. And now that you know, the order will be set, as we mentioned, by final standings, but the round, obviously, it is what it is. So when you're trading the outlaw for a draft pick, for example, you're probably talking about a late first round, early second type thing. So you can kind of predict roughly what you're going to get. Well, anyway, thanks so much, everyone. This has been a fantastic season.
One more thing on that. If you have traded away your draft pick, and that's the round you want to have a keeper in, you can still keep that guy. It's just going to go to the round above that. So if the guy was drafted in the 7th, you want to keep him, but you traded away your 6th round draft pick, then you can still keep him for your 5th round draft pick.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, you have to keep him. You have to have a draft pick higher than his value to be able to keep him. That's a great point. Yeah, but it's amazing, right? We spend all these weeks coming up to the season. It's halfway over. Can you guys believe that? Halfway through the season. So this has been it's going to be over too soon, but it's been a great one so far. So thanks to everyone. Really enjoy this league. Just reiterating everything Dirty Water said. Super fun, and we love it. So good luck in week 8. Take care. Bye.